Hey everyone, I wanted to do a little update here. There's been so many questions about the tomato recall and why we haven't talked about it. We've been talking about the cucumber recall, so we wanted to break down the tomato recall for you. Okay, so let me go ahead and just kind of tell you what's going on. So basically, there are two major tomato recalls going on right now in the United States. They're both Class I recalls, meaning that there is a reasonable probability that the use of or exposure to a violative product will cause serious adverse health consequences. Or death, and it's very serious. But I'm going to try to give you all the information that we have on this, okay? So first, we're going to talk about the Williams Farms Repack LLC recall. That's one of the major ones. This is the company and the brand that is called HNC Farms. Now, the Williams Farms Produce Sales Co. Inc. issued a voluntary recall of tomatoes because of potential contamination of Salmonella. The tomatoes were sold in Georgia, North Carolina, and South Carolina. They were distributed to wholesalers and distributors between April 23rd and the 28th. The firm was notified on April 29, 2025 that tomatoes supplied from HNC Farms might be contaminated. Now the tomatoes were distributed in bulk and repackaged by Williams Farms Produce Sales Co. Inc. to wholesalers and distributors. So they weren't sold directly to retail. So the company is concerned that the potentially contaminated tomatoes may still be in the supply chain. So they've recalled those. Here are the lot numbers. If you have these lot numbers, then you need to throw those away. These are the lot numbers that were recalled. You can see that they go up 260 count 2-layer boxes. So they went from the 3s all the way up 260 count 2-layer boxes. And it includes 53 pack trays, 77 10 pounds boxes, and 419 60 count 2-layer boxes. Now again, this was initially announced on May 2nd. It was recalled due to potential contamination from HNC Farms, which is a supplier. And then on May 28th, it was elevated to a Class I recall because of the nature of the product. See, the problem with tomatoes is unlike beef or chicken, you don't cook them, you eat them raw, so there's no way to kill the bacteria. Once it's on there, it's on there. So that's why they're recalling these tomatoes. Again, they were distributed in Georgia, North Carolina, and South Carolina. Now, the other one that's a huge one is the Mascari Inc. out of Indiana. They sell vine-ripe tomatoes. They've also issued a recall on their 4-count packs of vine-ripe tomatoes. This is a whole different company than the last one. This is Mascari out of Indiana. These were initially sold by Gordon Food Service stores. The tomatoes were shipped between April 29th and May 3rd, 2025. This one affects a lot more states. This one affects New York, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, Kentucky, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Missouri, Wisconsin, and Mississippi. Another source also lists Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Michigan, Ohio, Tennessee, Virginia, and Wisconsin as affected states. Now, this was also originally announced on May 3rd. It was just a normal recall. But on May 13th, it was upgraded to a Class I recall. This is the lot numbers that you want to check for in the barcode. So you want to check your barcodes. Make sure that it's the one that's listed here. You want to check the lot numbers on the bottom of the box. If you have these lot numbers, then you need to get rid of them. This is the other company that's had the major recall. Okay, so that's what's going on. Why did we wait so long to talk about this? Because we didn't know anything about it. We really didn't find out anything about this till yesterday, and we've been following the cucumber outbreak pretty closely. We knew there was a tomato outbreak, but we thought that they had it contained. Apparently they don't. They've got it contained, but they don't know where it is. They're trying to track it down. Now, Salmonella is a nasty bug, okay? It's a real nasty bug. A lot of people get it and don't even know they have it because they don't have enough bacteria to actually make them sick. But it's out there. It's a big deal. Salmonella is a dangerous organism and it's a bacterium. It's one of the top causes of foodborne illness in the US, okay? The CDC estimates that Salmonella infections sicken around 1.35 million people in the US every year. That's a lot of people. Like 1,350,000 people get a Salmonella infection every single year in the United States, and some of them die. Approximately 420 people die from acute salmonellosis each year in the United States. So it's a very serious thing. You want to watch out for this stuff. Alright, so what is Salmonella? How do you get it? You get it through food or water. So you swallow the food or water and the bacteria gets into your body and then you get diarrhea. You can have fever, abdominal cramps, nausea, vomiting, headache, loss of appetite. And in some cases it could lead to endocarditis, arthritis, or arterial infections. The bacteria itself is tough. Freezing doesn't kill it. Drying it out doesn't kill it. It's tough. It can sit in dry conditions for months or years, and it can survive in wet conditions for a couple of weeks. So it's a nasty bacteria. It's a nasty bugger. Now, how do you treat it? Well, for most people, they don't treat it. They just let it ride. They let it run its course. Some people do need to go to the hospital depending on the severity of their condition. Young children, the elderly, people with compromised immune systems, or pregnant women are at higher risk for a severe infection. Pregnant women, you definitely Want to call your doctor if you think you've been exposed and you start having any symptoms whatsoever. You need to call your doctor right away. The CDC says that Salmonella is usually pretty easy to treat. That's if you don't end up in the hospital, okay? Usually you just stay hydrated and let it run its course. Sometimes they'll give you antibiotics, sometimes they won't. It just depends. The main thing is you just don't want to get dehydrated when you're dealing with Salmonella. It's a nasty bug. It's not something you want to deal with. So that's what's going on with the tomato recall. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below and we'll try to answer them for you. Now, this is not just tomatoes. This is happening with other things as well. The cucumbers, for example, there's been several recalls of cucumbers and apparently there's been some sort of cross-contamination with some of the deli salads, the refrigerated deli salads, some of the pre-made salads, things like that. There's been a couple of different companies that have had recalls. There's been an Isabel's Kitchen salad that had a recall, a King's salad that had a recall, a Maple Avenue Foods salad that had a recall, and a Supreme Produce that had a recall, and these were all distributed through Kroger, mostly Kroger stores. Those salads were distributed in the central and eastern United States. The source of the outbreak was traced to a farm in Florida. Okay, so there's a lot of recalls going on right now, but the biggest ones are the tomatoes and the cucumbers. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments section below and we will do our best to answer them. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit that subscribe button. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button. This is your host. We'll see you next time.